All right, hello students, and this is chapter 4 from our behavior views of learning. And so we're going to cover the first part, just letting you know how this is going to play out for this week. It's a little different. The first thing I'd like for you to do is put it in play view, the presentation, and then you can either click on this or you could use your phone to mark your attendance that you viewed this presentation, began to view it, and you worked your way through it. All right, so that's just kind of my attendance for the week. We're kind of doing an online component for it. And you'll see the option that when you click into it, right, if you do that, you'll have a place to do the attendance, and you can choose your date. And you're going to do the online chapter 4 presentation. It's between our first 3 face-to-face. So I'm doing an online part, and I'll do this 3 times throughout the semester where I'm giving you content, okay, and you'll be able to go back and view it. So this is one of my favorite chapters, in fact, because this is a behaviorism approach that we were briefly discussing before. So we did cognitive, right? And we've gone through the components there, but our learning objectives are right here, and it's straight from the book, basically, but we're going to define learning from a behavior perspective instead, and we're going to include ties to neuroscience, which we kind of did a little bit of that in the cognitive part as well. And we're going to go through the processes of learning, right? Classical condition, operant condition, observational learning. Those are key terms you probably remember from your intro to psychology class, but they'll be in the textbook. You'll be accountable for those. Make sure that you know them. So the second part here is we're going to apply the behavior approaches to modify behavior in and out of a classroom. And you're going to use applied behavior analysis approach to encourage and discourage behavior. You're going to shape positive practice, contingency contracts, token reinforcement. We're going to go over each one of those components and the appropriate use of punishment. And then finally, the third thing is we're going to apply a functional behavior assessment, positive behavior supports, and self-management techniques. So that's kind of what we're covering for the learning objectives for this chapter. So the outline, again, is you're going to understand what learning is and the definition that the behaviorism approach uses. We're going to have early explanations of learning, all right? And we're going to be doing the operant conditioning. We're going to try new responses when we do the operant part. We're going to go over some scenarios there, and we'll put it all together in the applied behavior analysis, okay? And then you'll see the next 2 bullets are current applications, right, which is a functional behavior assessment, and positive behavior support and self-management. So we're going to cover those key terms, and you want to read over the chapters, and you'll have a better understanding as well. And then we're going to look at the challenges and the criticisms of this approach as well. So I'm going to stop right there and make that the first video so that you can watch these in increments. That kind of helps me on the videos as well, so they're not too long. So I'm going to stop right there before we go over the definition of learning and kind of a cognitive versus behavior differential. Okay, so we'll stop there on our first video.